Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are listening to this week's I was about to say podcast, but it ain't podcast. It's like a mini podcast. But this week's video. Y'all, this the last week of Girl Scout cookie selling. What? Did you get your Girl Scout cookies? If you want some cookies and you didn't realize that I was a troop leader looking like a thin mint, ow. Well, maybe I don't look like a thin mint. Maybe I look like a mint. A medium mint. I be in the gym. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm not eating the cookies though. I want to. Anywho, this week I want to talk to you all about some valid concerns. I had a client come and ask some questions. Now, I have clients that are currently starting out in their career, and they're students in college, students in high school. I have clients that are working and taking care of families. Some people have businesses. I have clients that are retirees, some recent retirees, some have been retired for a while, and I have some clients that are thinking about retiring. And so this was from one of my seasoned clients, one of my retiree clients. And it was a great question, something to put in perspective, because y'all know Medicare done came up, Medicaid done come up, and concerns and valid concerns about Social Security has come up. And the question was, hey, how do we do stuff? How do we make certain moves? Because we have concerns with the things that are happening right now in the government, with people having access to our information that we maybe didn't sign up for, having access to our information. And information security is big. It's a big thing here. We have a written information security plan. We have backups. We, like I told y'all, we have inside server, outside server. Like, this information security data is the new currency, and it's definitely not something to play with. But I want to put this in perspective, and this is how I kind of phrased it to the person. I need you to keep in mind the following things. I need you to focus more on the fact that you are in the land of the living and you can breathe another day. Even with the chaos that it seems to be spewing around us, the fact that you are here and God say you still here means there's work for you to still be done. And he gave you breath in your body, so we need to be reflective and grateful, because we only have control of some finite things. We don't have a control of everything, and we definitely don't have control of what's going on down the White House or the Capitol. Even though I'm like 40 something minutes away, I don't have control of that. I'm not a congressperson. I'm a regular person like you all, a former federal employee. So I understand how it gets. Now, when it comes to having concerns about who has access to your type of information, your bank information, your social security, you got every reason to be concerned. Yes, there have been times where there's fraud, and that these agencies and people are there to help you when it comes to fraud. Did y'all know the taxpayer advocate? Definitely, like, there's fraud in the taxpayer advocate, even though it is a component of the IRS, they actually work outside the IRS, and the taxpayer advocate service is there to help and assist when the things in the regular channel don't work. So you do have an advocate, a whole taxpayer advocate working for you, with people working there that that is their function. That is their main function. All right. So also, you can still write to your congressperson, your representative, your senator, and say, hey, I got these concerns. Hopefully they listen. I can't promise they will, but we could always vote at the next election. See how that turned out. And the other thing I want you to remember is, if you were getting a refund, or if you got a stimulus packet or something to that extent, a stimulus, I said stimulus packet, like it's an application for some stuff. You got stimulus money, and it did not come to you on the card or via a check, and it actually got direct deposited into your account, because that's the fastest way to move. Or if you owe them stuff and you typed in your bank account instead of a credit card or something like that, and you don't feel comfortable, there's no judgment, right? If you want a refund and you don't want them knowing, and I'm telling you, they already got the information. If you got it direct deposited in the past, unless you switch bank accounts, ask for a check. Ain't nothing wrong. Now, it's going to be slower. It's going to be slower, but ask for a check. And if you are uncertain about getting your check out, mailing your check out because you owe some money, get a cashier's check. There's nothing wrong with it. Just make sure all the information's on it so they can tie it back to your stuff. I know, like for Maryland, when I have owed Maryland, I ain't giving them no check to my account. No sir, no sir, no ma'am. I went to the bank. I got me a cashier's check, and I mailed the comptroller a good old cashier's check. That's what I did. When it comes to the IRS, I have gone in. I have a special account that's set aside just for IRS stuff. That's the main stuff that come in there, either payments or refunds. It ain't mixed in with my other money. And I go online and I pay them direct debit. But I ain't doing my main operational activities out of that account. I'm just saying. So the concerns are real. As things happen with Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, IRS, as that stuff and that information comes, please know that I will share what I do know. And if you ask a question and I don't know, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you I don't know. But let me go do some research. Let me come back. And if it's something that I feel like the entire population would benefit from, I'm going to share it. Now, I probably will share a specific piece for you because it works with your situation directly to you. But I'll make a generic statement, especially if I think it will benefit more than one person, in a forum or an opportunity like this, because I know that if you had the question, somebody else had the question, it may be in the back of their mind and they're having that concerns, or they may be talking with their loved ones who don't currently work with me, that they can say, hey, my tax professional just put a video out about that same topic, and this is the things she told us to be observant about. This may want to put you at ease. My goal is to make sure that we are giving you adequate information, not based off emotion, but based off of fact and law, right? So that you can make an informed decision off of the numbers and off of the criteria that apply to your situation, and ease your emotions, because a lot of times when we do things out of emotion, we work ourselves out, we burn ourselves up, we stress ourselves out, and stress is killing people, y'all. Stress is killing people. We need as much of our cognitive skills as we can to maneuver as these days go on. And I am hoping to give y'all a message and saying, y'all, we done made it through the 100 days. Now stuff is starting to smooth sail. That's my prayer. That is 100% my prayer. That's what I'm looking for. If you have another topic or anything that you are interested in hearing about, please let me know. One of my clients reached out and asked me questions about 529. And I think I've hit on it a little bit before, but a 529 trust. So I'm doing my research so I can come back and share that with you all to show how we can leverage those funds for generation to generation to generation. Familiar with 529 accounts, very familiar with how those deductions happen, but the actual how to leverage it, like it's the 529 trust, is a new one for me. Something that came up on social media. The client reached out to me and said, hey, is this true? What do you know about this? So I would love to present that information to you all as you're thinking about education for yourself, as you're thinking about education for your loved ones, and as you're thinking about maybe a retirement strategy that you hadn't even considered because it hadn't been presented to you in that manner. So always be learning, always be on the know, and please let us know in any way where we can be in a situation where you can help us, help you, help yourself, because that's what we're here for. Until next week, peace.